So I just came back home and today was such a great day for me. Brother, I cannot put this into words, right? The amount of difference this one thing, how implementing this one simple thing made a huge difference to my performance. But to give you a little side story so we can actually understand what we're going to talk about today, I'm a basketball player, right? I have around 2 years of experience. I'm not the best, okay? I'm a 16-year-old 5'7" midget, so I can only make up for my skill on the court. However, when I'm at practice, like 90% of the time, I'm just goofing around. I'm not actually trying. It's a pretty cringe thing to say, but I rarely ever like actually try at practice. I always, just goof around. Every time I miss a jump shot or anything really, I'd always come up with like a shitty excuse, and I was kind of being a bitch. Really. There's no better way to describe it. I would always goof around and not actually try to play the game. Well, in reality, like the rookies on my team were actually whooping my ass. However, there was one point in time where everything fucking changed for me. And it was a week ago, matter of fact. A week ago, I failed my test at school. I failed my biology test and I failed it so freaking bad. Like, I crushed it. I crushed it in a negative way, okay? I freaking flopped it. I remember when I gave back the paper to the teacher, I felt so embarrassed because I knew it was gonna be a flop. So when I came back home, I was all fucking upset and shit. I was really freaking angry because, well, I failed the test. There are very few things that actually annoy me more than failing a test in school. And I'm not a geek, right? I just don't like having bad grades. So when I came to practice, I was all fucking angry and stuff, However, I found a very good way to release that anger. Because as soon as I started playing with my buddies, they immediately started to make fun of me. They immediately started like goof around because they thought I was gonna goof around. So, they were just kind of making fun of me and stuff. They're like, oh, it's this guy again. He's fucking shit. But because I failed that test at school, man, I rarely ever get angry at practice, but at the times where I do, that's when I like shut up. That's when my mind just goes, and I actually start fucking playing. And I'll never forget that day, right? Because I ended up fucking whooping everybody. And people never expect this from me, right? I'm like the biggest fucking underdog on my team. Even the coach doesn't think I'm as good as I see myself to be. Sure, maybe I have a little bit of ego, but I promise you, when I stepped on that court today, all of that anger that I had from school released immediately. I was releasing all of it on the rookies on my team, all the guys. Like, I was fucking up everybody, okay? I was getting like jelly layups, fucking free pointers, and generally speaking, I played way better than I usually do. And see, only really thing that I did, and this might seem very stupid, but this is the thing we're gonna talk about today. All I did was just shut the fuck up and actually start playing, because oftentimes, we underestimate the issue we're dealing with, right? Just like I used to always did at practice. I'd always like bullshit myself with this with this coping mechanism. Really, there isn't a better way to call it. I had this coping mechanism that, oh yeah, I'm not gonna try today. It's just another practice game. It's just another practice game. It doesn't matter, right? But all I was doing is making myself seem like I was a worse player than I actually am. And by the time everybody around me caught up to that, they immediately started making fun of me because they thought I was shit. But guess what? By the time I decided to finally close my big mouth and stopped coping about random stuff, that's when I actually started to destroy everybody. And this carried on like later on. Once I learned how to use that anger from the story I just shared, right? Today, the exact same thing happened. I got not even a bad grade at school. I just got like a weird day and my mood was all fucked up. When I came to the court, I wasn't even like angry. Like I was just silent. I was throwing jokes here and there because I was with my friends, right? But still, when I play, I fucking play hard. And this is the thing that I want you to understand, because sometimes we really just think that the problem we're dealing with isn't as big as we think it is, and that we don't need to try our hardest. But when you really like actually go all out, that's when you make the most progress in fucking everything. These days, like at the gym, for example, these days when you would go do a workout at the gym And you kind of just don't feel like being there. You drop the weight, you do a little bit less weight on the bench press because you don't feel like actually exercising that much. You're coming up with all these weird excuses, whilst in your mind, you know that you could do way better. Well, you're just here kind of coming that, oh yeah, I can do this and this. This happens to me multiple times throughout the day. Literally this morning, right before I thought that, oh, this day is so good, I was about to take a cold shower right after I wake up, because every time I wake up, this is a thing on the side, right? But every day, as soon as I wake up, I immediately run to the bathroom and I take a cold shower. That's a habit I've developed, and it really improved my self-improvement. So you can know that if you want to. This is a very good thing you should try. Every day when I wake up, I run to the bathroom and I take a cold shower. And usually I'm in the cold shower for like 30 seconds, not to waste too much time, because it actually takes a little bit of discipline to get in the shower, right? Oftentimes I just sit there and I'm just like staring at the shower thinking like, well, yeah, I gotta do it. And it actually sometimes it takes me a little bit to do it. But today I woke up very late and I was almost late to school. So I wanted to take the cold shower, but I came up with this coping mechanism that, oh yeah, it's just, I don't need to cold shower. I'll just only do it for 2 seconds. So I literally splashed myself with cold water and immediately got out. And as I said, usually I only do 30 seconds, which is barely any time, like barely any. Compare 30 seconds to 2. Sure, there's a little bit difference, but anything under a minute is pretty short, right? And I cut the time from 30 seconds to 2. Wait, did I say minutes or seconds? You get the idea, right? In reality, I could have still done 30 and I would have been fine, but I'm gonna be late to school. Yeah, of course I wasn't actually late to school and I was just coping, turns out. But sometimes all it can take for you to make some massive fucking progress is to just stop like coping and do the work, especially when you don't feel like it. You've heard this dumb fucking quote like thousands of times, right? Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Of course you've heard that. Of course you've heard that before, because it is so fucking true. Sometimes all it can take to make massive fucking progress is to actually like take a big leap outside of your comfort zone. And who knows, you might end up like I did in today's story. Immediately made like drastic progress on my basketball just because I actually started trying. I used to think I was trying in practice, but in reality, I was just coping that, oh yeah, I'm not gonna chase the ball, I'm not gonna make this layup. I'm just gonna pass the ball to somebody else, and I'm not gonna repeat myself over and over. I think you got the general idea of what I wanted to talk about today. If you want to talk to me directly, you can join the Discord. If not, click all the buttons. I'm not gonna plug my shit over and over into your face. Like, comment, subscribe. I know you're sick of it, right? I'm a human just like you, and I'm sick of this stuff too. So I'm not gonna waste your time anymore. I'll see you in the next one.